I think actually Germany might learn one or two things from your side. And I think there could have no better introduction to also present our 4 pitches we will have today here. All will be like approximately 7 minutes. And they told me that most of them already finished their seed round. So that is, I think, already quite the success. And we will start with GeoX Innovations. So please bear with me if the pronunciation of the name is not correct. That is maybe my core strengths. But Izik, Lavy, please welcome on the stage. You are, as I said, the CEO of the GeoX Innovations. You have a strong record in property intelligence solutions and location-based services, employing machine learning and big data analytics. And so we are really curious and happy to hear more about your business model.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dikla, for the pitch. It was a very good representation of Israel industry. I'm very glad to be here. Let's discuss about property, how it's collaborate with the banks and insurance carrier as well. In the property side, from insurance carrier side is underwriting, actuaries, all the value chain of the insurance carrier, and also in banking, mortgage, in understand your customer better. So I would like to start with a brief story about how we established GeoX. So everything starting from the military, I was on the intelligence corps. I was responsible to solve a very complex problem that we had. And one of the complex problems that I was responsible is lack of accurate property information to make a critical decision. And this is exactly what we addressed here. And the same problem that I suffering, we see many industries are suffering as well. From the insurance, banks, solar energy, when you want to calculate what is the potential solar and more. So there are hundreds of organizations that use our data today to make more sufficient and more intelligence information on the potential customer and calculations. So we're starting and focusing on the insurance carrier, and I will tell you why. About everything about the problem, the side of the problem. Insurance carrier in 1 decade from 2000 to 2010 lost almost 200 billion USD, only in the United States. After this 1 decade, it's almost tripled to 520 billion USD. It's caused many reasons, climate change and more, but mainly they need to adapt a new technology for the new environment because we live in decade, it's going to cross $1 trillion USD in 1 decade. So this is exactly what we address to reduce this cost up to 50% and save more than, in less decade, save more than 230 billion USD. And I will tell you how we do it. So first, accurate property information help you on the renewal point. Most of the claim losses is related to the renewal book that you already have, more than 90% of your book. So you need to understand what you have on the renewal. When I ask insurance carrier, when your last time that you actually visit your customers and check what they have. So the average is 15 years. There are some companies that tell me 20 years in average. So this is huge lack of information. So you have to start with monitoring and prevent the risk from happen and to understand what you actually have on your book. So this is the starting point. After this, we have the claim. We provide a damage assessment immediately after the natural disaster, as well as what happened in Germany. The flood season was very, very bad. So you have to understand immediately what's happened. And this is exactly what we provide to insurance carrier. What is the damage that happened in the area? The third is actually point of quote. When you engage with a new customer, you need to understand better what is the risk that you take on your book because this is adding. So you can manage your operation better, manage your inspection, manage your underwriters, manage your actuary better. So this is a 3 point that we address mainly, and this is how we very easily can save huge amount of losses. So we discussed about the United States only, but everyone exposed to any type of risk. No one can be escaped from this landscape. And this is exactly what we address. We help with global footprint, we help insurance carrier and banks and more organization from United States until Japan, crossing Germany, Europe, Australia, everywhere. So we're able to help to insurance carrier, to banks and solar energy and more industries to adapt a new technology. So when we discussed about what we are doing, let me show you very briefly how it's looking. So this is typically aerial imagery that everyone knows. We see the building, we see the trees, we see the road and more. So our machine learning and pattern technology can identify all the objects from this aerial imagery. So it's look like this. So our machine learning can identify the buildings, the roads, the trees, as we human can understand it. But this is automated, this is milliseconds response, and this is nationwide. So in 1 second, it can analyze everything together. And you can see small details and big details on the property, like solar panels. You can identify yard debris. So if you want to classify your customer, you can understand, okay, if there are yard debris, so there will be more claims the insurance carrier. For example, you can classify your end customer as a banker as well. And also to understand what you have. So all the risks that you have from tarp and going from air conditioned solar panel, what is the size of the roof, what is the potential of the roof from the solar energy and more. And I want to show you a small use case how these like free attributes, free information help the insurance carrier to understand what is the flood risk. So you see this property, very nice commercial property, but also it's surrounded by parking lot and it's very close to the water body. So from the water body, the next flood event, it will be there, the flood risk. And also it's surrounded by parking lots. It means the water cannot leak into the ground. So it means that the entire property will be damaged. And this is exactly like by free attributes. What is the size of the property, where the location, and what is the distance between water body and the parking lots, so you can understand the flood risk very easily. And we'll show more information that we provide, on the commercial, for example, properties. So we extract, as I said, big information, bigger features and small features like solar panel, also story numbers. So we have the 3D environment as well. So we can provide what is the story number, what is the roof material, what is the solar panel, if there are damage on the roof, what is the parking lot around it, what is the height of the ground, more information that can explain better what we have on the property. And it also applies on the residential property as well. So we work in commercial and residential. So the type of the roof conditions, all the indicators that we have on any residential property nationwide, and also commercial, of course. Very, very important to understand your risk. For residential, you have also the pool, trampoline. Trampoline is very popular in Germany, as we know. So all this indicator is very important, and trampoline's liability, of course, as everyone know. And when I summarize everything together, where you can apply GeoX in your value chain, so my quick answer will be everywhere. From underwriting, as we discussed, to renewal, to claim, every department can use us, every underwriters, actuaries, everyone can use the better data, better innovation. And this is my last slide, and I will close with that. So my sentence, we cannot prevent the raining falling on the house. But what about the trees? We can prevent the next trees to falling on the house. And this is exactly what we do. And in the end, we want to save properties. We give the indication to an insurance carrier and to banks to save the properties, in the end, saves also lives. So this is our mission. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that interesting pitch. I think we learned a lot, and I think it's an interesting business model. Does anyone have a question, maybe? Because, I think it's valid. I have a question. So you're still just operating in Israel, or have you made already market entry in another country?
We're working with the biggest insurance carrier from United States to Japan. We're working with the two biggest reinsurance, Minikui and another one. And also we're working with companies like from Sompo, the biggest commercial line in commercial company in Japan, and also with RSG, our RSG group, and one of the couple of the most insurance carrier in the United States as well. Okay. So we globally.
You're globally, but the European market is still missing.
Of course, European market, we're working in Germany as well. We're working with Minikui, for example, in Germany, and also in the United States, and with another company, insurance carrier, local, insurance carrier in Germany. So this is typically
So-
our footprint in Germany, UK, France, Italy, and this one.
So you already faced the challenge with our regulatory system.
Yeah. So for
Yeah,
example,
and you mastered it.
yeah, very interesting part is like in Germany you have the most popular trampoline in the average of the entire world. This is what we find. So you have many trampolines outside. So it was very interesting for us to see, especially on the liability side.
Yeah, definitely. I think a trampoline is very dangerous. So glad that we have you to insurance. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.